Son of a
Glitch.
Sonic Lost World. Glitches in a Sonic game? Nothing new there, right? Although surprisingly, there aren't as many as you'd imagine in this Sonic game. In any case, here's some glitches in Sonic Lost World. When you use the help icon at the same time as releasing a laser wisp charge, you can essentially stop the flow of time within the game. Grab the laser wisp and then head to an area where the help icon will appear on screen. Activate the laser and then press and hold the help icon on the gamepad, and also press and hold either the A or B button. With those buttons held down, press the gamepad's home button, and once the home screen appears, you can release the help icon along with the A or B button, and then press the home button once more. When you resume gameplay, the help screen will appear and the laser will also release at the same time, and then the game will unpause and the flow of time will then stop. Now, everything freezes in place and Sonic can no longer interact with objects on screen as he normally would. For instance, using a spring keeps Sonic spinning in place. Badniks are stuck on the spot and destroying them releases one of Sonic's animal buddies, but they just float in the air. You won't be able to open any of the small animal capsules dotted around the stage, but on the plus side, spikes can no longer hurt Sonic. Yeah, it's a real shame this isn't permanent. Rings won't be collected and even the giant spring won't function correctly, so I guess we're stuck here. Something else I noticed was weird about the sheep in this zone. When you jump on them once, they lose their woolly coat, but then for some reason you can jump on them and this happens. Get Sonic in just the right position and he'll just spin in place forever. I don't understand why this is a thing you can do, but it's not normal, I can tell you that much. Also, I'm pretty sure these bats in Windy Hill Zone 3 shouldn't do this. Ow, get off, you're killing me. What are they trying to do, cuddle Sonic to death? Due to the gravitational style of gameplay in Sonic Lost World, you can really mess with the way the game handles Sonic's position and the gravity applied to him. For example, jumping from the center of this half-pipe stage to the outside makes Sonic fall while still technically being firmly on the ground. When Sonic interacts with this part of the stage, usually it's a wall and not a floor, so when Sonic lands on it like this, gravity is still pulling him directly downwards. The result is still having control of Sonic whilst falling, and he kinda just floats around, but if you fall off the edge, you die. In Desert Ruins Zone 2, at the beginning of the zone is a part where Sonic freefalls, hits the flower, gets fired out the other end, and begins running full speed towards the end of the stage. But you can cancel the flower boost with a well-timed bounce by pressing the Y button as Sonic is entering the flower. The gravity changes and Sonic skips the flower completely and gets placed on the other side and won't begin running. Sonic's now able to go at whichever pace you choose through the level, until you hit the second boost flower, that is. No! Now that Sonic isn't running for all he's worth, we can do something awesome with gravity. Once you skip the first boost flower, head for the honeycomb tunnel and then run up the sides till Sonic is upside down. Go to the edge like this and then jump off the edge slightly and then immediately bounce by pressing the Y button whilst holding the spin dash button. With the initial jump, don't jump out too far otherwise you'll die, and if you don't jump out far enough, Sonic will be put back on the ground like this. If you get the jump correctly, you should now hear Sonic charging a spin dash, so hold up on the control stick to face Sonic in the right direction and then simply let go of the spin dash. Sonic will shoot off through the air, and then once the spin dash ends, he'll begin falling normally. The aim now is to fall through the whole stage, but we have to stay out far enough that we don't hit a kill plane and die. If you stay out roughly this far, you should be good, and there are a few floating objects that if you stay close to them, you should be able to maintain the fall. When Sonic reaches about here, you should now begin holding down on the control stick to come in for the landing. We should land in between these honeycomb tunnels, and gravity should now place us back on solid ground. From here we can continue to the boss and we'll have skipped the whole stage. Using this gravity glitch, I was able to score a sweet time of 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Oh yeah! Messing with this glitch, I had some pretty strange results too, like Sonic falling into the sky, which happens if you stay too far away from the main stage and go beyond the end of it, where there's no kill plane for ages, if at all. And one time I managed to get Sonic to land on nothing and stand in the air. Also in this stage, I did a bounce from this tunnel and gravity carried me upwards towards the start of the stage. And then I died, which was cool. In Desert Ruins Zone 3, you can skip the entire stage using another gravity glitch, but this one's a bit trickier than the previous glitch in Desert Ruins Zone 2, although it gets easier with practice. At the beginning of the zone, once you regain control of Sonic after this spring, hold the run button and then jump left at the very edge of this platform. Whilst in the air, jump again to get the double jump, and then Sonic should now fall through the red floor to another orange floor underneath. Now, while still holding the run button, face right and then after a very short run, jump and Sonic should go through the orange floor. Be mindful that to the right is a kill plane, so going too far to the right will kill Sonic. Once through the orange floor, immediately hold left on the control stick for about a second or so and then just let Sonic fall. The camera angle will change twice during this fall, and the second time the camera changes, we need to press the jump button followed by a bounce attack roughly 1 second into the camera change. If we timed it right, we should land in or around the end of the zone area, and then we just jump on the capsule. If you timed it wrong, you'll fall into a void and die, or sometimes you'll fly past the ending and around like this to also end up dying. Once again, using this gravity glitch, I was able to get another awesome time. When we fall out of bounds, gravity is pulling us toward the end of the stage, and as we bounce, you can see the gravity changes to land us at the end of the zone. It seems Sonic is actually really good at flying, if the bonus stage in Tropical Coast is anything to go by. When the stage begins and Sonic is fired out of the cannon, hold up left on the control stick and Sonic will go above the screen, something that's not supposed to happen. Holding right on the control stick, the camera will continue to pan across the stage and all the obstacles and enemies go by with Sonic clearly not present on screen. The camera will then switch back to Sonic, who is now just flying above the clouds, and the only thing you can do is lose height by pressing the jump button, but Sonic won't go any lower than the middle of the screen. You can make it all the way past this giant robot and to the end of the stage, but because Sonic is stuck in the air, he'll be unable to finish the zone by breaking open the capsule. But you can see Sonic's shadow on the floor, and he's now running on top of the background model. I was able to get Sonic to fly facing this way by jumping from the background, which was cool, I guess. The only thing you can do now is wait for the time to run out or quit the stage. In Frozen Factory Zone 3, there was a strange graphical glitch that randomly happened in certain areas of the stage. When Sonic interacted with a bumper, for some reason the screen would be filled with a strobe effect that kills your eyes if you look at it too long. Thankfully, this psychedelic glitch was patched, saving everyone the headaches. In Silent Forest, there are these enemies that throw mushrooms, and Sonic is supposed to stick to the mushroom and get carried away, which is annoying but intentional. But sometimes the mushroom will drag Sonic unintentionally through the ground and kill him. Thanks, mushroom. In Silent Forest Zone 4, get grabbed by one of these badniks and wiggle the control stick back and forth and up and down whilst trying to use the bounce attack. If you do it correctly, Sonic will fall towards the screen rather than left or right. This places Sonic a short way into the zone, but also he'll now be upside down. Escaping the grabber this way has messed with gravity once again to the point where Sonic can be upside down and running on nothing. Another gravity glitch you can try is in Lava Mountain Zone 2. At the beginning of the stage, as the rail curves right into the tunnel, jump from here and then just before you go under the rail, jump again and you'll clip it so you're able to jump from the rail and go beyond a kill plane. This will land you out of bounds where you can run on the walls and see what's going on beneath the stage. Gravity is still in effect here, so weird things can happen, and if you use the bounce attack, it might be a short while before you lose a life. And that's going downwards. Sometimes, depending on which way the gravity is pulling, you'll bounce downwards whilst going upwards. This is a random glitch which sadly doesn't carry you very far into the stage. It'd be pretty cool to fall through the main sections of the zone. And finally, Sonic Lost World, like Sonic Colors, forgoes the series' usual Supersonic final boss fight. But if you have all the red rings and Supersonic is available to you, collect 50 rings in the final boss, either manually or by having a few of the convenient ring items collected. Now, usually you're unable to use Supersonic, even with 50 rings collected and the Emerald's icon clearly displayed at the top of the screen. But when you go into attack, as Sonic charges up this spin, you can for some reason activate Supersonic. When Sonic gets to this point in his attack, there's a small window of time where if you press the jump button and then immediately tap the Emerald's icon on the Wii U gamepad, Sonic will transform into Supersonic. This kinda confuses the game at first, but then the boss eventually plays out as normal. Well, kind of. The camera gets locked onto the target area and Eggman keeps moving backwards away from you, so you'll need to hold the ZL button to boost. You can use the homing attack, but it'll only get you so far most of the time, but it is possible to get the final hit to finish the boss. Because the stage is slightly curved and boosting moves Supersonic in a straight line, it's amazingly easy to end up in the lava. In any case, it's a pretty cool glitch to have Supersonic in the final boss, even if everything does end up a bit wonky. But that's Sonic Lost World, and some cool glitches for you guys to try out. And if you like this episode, hit that like button, share it with everyone you know and love, but most importantly, please subscribe if you want to see more from the series. Head over to the Facebook page for the show. I post updates and sneak peeks to upcoming episodes and keep you guys in the know about all things Son of a Glitch. Or you guys can follow me on Twitter and keep updated that way. Also, I stream on Twitch whilst making episodes, so you guys should check me out there too. You know, if you want to.